We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports. What's up, everybody? You are talking sports with Mike and PL. I am the co-host, Mr. PL Coulter, and I'm always flanked to my right by my right-hand man, Mr. Michigan Mike, Michael Hasso.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Michigan Mike? You ready to talk some sports?
Yes, I am.
All right. And then there was one, Mike. Tell me, no one had UConn winning this thing, huh?
No, not that anybody I know.
Nobody I know had UConn winning that. Great game, great tournament.
Yeah, it was a really good tournament. Did you have any key moments that stuck out to you?
Well, I'd say the biggest moment that stuck out for me was Kentucky's win over Wichita State for two reasons. One, it really set the stage for everything that Kentucky did their whole run to the championship game. And two, it keeps the debate alive. You know, it was a lot of talk going in about Wichita State. Someone on this very show said that they weren't quite convinced that an undefeated record against inferior opponents would lead to tournament success, and that person was right, huh?
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, I said as soon as they played a ranked opponent, they would lose, and that's what happened.
Yeah, for anyone who wants to take Mike's opinion, that game will always be a template to use, so we'll be having that discussion again next year. Do you think that'll have an impact on how the committee votes against a team in that position going forward?
I think it'll have a little bit. I don't think they'll place another. It'll take a while for them to place another team like that as a ranked opponent. Maybe a 3 seed. That's where I would put them.
I totally agree. So, anything stick out for you, Mr. Mike?
Well, of course, one of the big games, living in Texas and all, was the Michigan versus Texas game. Because all of a sudden we saw a whole bunch of Texas basketball fans, which we really don't see over here. So that was really a big one.
Nice.
We would have heard so much mess about that.
That would
ended up losing.
Right. That would have been a long off season for you, Mike, had you lost in Texas. Man, stop playing, Mike. Somebody's calling you again.
Yeah, that's my bad. I gotta answer this though. Hold on. Hello?
Yo, Michigan Mike, you said no one had UConn winning the championship, but I did. I knew that they had the mustard and what it takes to be a champion.
Oh, hey.
Wait. Is this Big Vital?
Who is this?
Hey, this is PL from Mike and PL. You're on live on Michigan Mike's hotline. It's a pleasure to have you on the phone, Mr. Vital. But while we got you on the line, didn't you pick Michigan State to win the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
And
he
didn't
sure
you
did.
pick Kentucky to beat UConn in the championship game?
Who is this? I thought I was talking to Michigan Mike, not a lawyer. I'm out of here.
Dang, man. Why do you got to scare off our fan base like that?
Wow, my bad, man. But you know what? But Mike, speaking of a bad man, Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City Thunder, has been a bad man all season long. Right now, he's on a 41-game streak of 25 points or more. That's third longest streak in the history of the NBA. He's 5 games away from wrapping up his 4th scoring title, making him the 5th person in the history of the league to do that. And he's a definite shoo-in for the MVP this year, his first ever. But the thing that's missing from his resume is championship. Can he get that at OKC, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think having Westbrook is a good idea unless he matures. I think that if we look at the Dallas Mavericks, and no one thought that Nowinski was going to get a championship ring, and he built some team players around him, and we were just hit that hot streak, and we ended up winning. So I think that definitely Durant can get one in the future.
So you're saying that in order for him to do so, they may need to move Westbrook?
They might need to trade Westbrook, I think. I don't think they'll win with Westbrook there.
Yeah, I think there's some people up there still wondering if they let go of the wrong person with Harden doing what he's doing.
Definitely. Hey, Harden with Durant right now, that's a championship written all over it.
All over it. How could you stop that scoring 1-2 punch? But moving right along, NFL, we got to talk NFL. It's Mike's favorite sport. And college football is not too far behind, right?
Yeah.
Well, 2 of college football's brightest stars had their pro days last week, Clowney and Johnny Manziel. If you had to start a franchise and you had to choose between one of those two people, who would you choose?
I would choose Clowney just because I don't think Manziel is a right quarterback for what kind of offense I would try to run in the NFL. So I definitely wouldn't choose Manziel. But
so what type of offense would that be?
More of a power quarterback, a pocket passer. Like in college football, when he was standing in the pocket, he would make his most mistakes, and he would need to run outside of the pocket. which, I mean, you can't really do every single game in the NFL.
Well, just ask RG3, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. Well, they both said that they should be the number one pick in the draft. Houston currently holds that dubious distinction. Should Houston take either one of these guys?
I don't think they'll take either of them. I think there's some top prospects that they probably are going to get a quarterback later in the round or maybe the second round. I think their main ideal is building up that offensive line, maybe a defensive back or a D lineman.
Right. Lots of red flags for both to be the number one pick of your team, especially a first-round pick.
You know, Paul, we did get a Twitter question from Armando from McKinney.
What up, Armando and McKinney?
He's asking if the Dallas Mavericks are able to take over the 6th seed from Golden State. Do you see the Mavericks winning the series against LA Clippers? That's a good question. I honestly think any of these last 3 teams that are fighting to get in become to that 6th spot that they are able to beat the Clippers. I think they've just been in the grind and we know what it's going to take, and we're not just going to go into the 6th seed fighting for the 6th seed and then just let down against the Clippers. I think we do well against the Clippers. I think we shoot better of them, and so as long as we don't turn over the ball, we'll be able to win that series.
Yeah, even with the Clippers holding the 3-1 advantage, Dallas actually led every single game going into the fourth quarter, even the one that they won just here recently. So
turnovers kill us. So.
Turnovers kill. Good stuff. Well, listeners, you know how every now and then you just gotta call up someone and just vent, just get some stuff off your chest. Well, every now and then on the show, Michigan Mike just has to vent and get some stuff off his chest, huh?
Yeah, I got to get some stuff on my chest.
What's up, about, Mike?
I don't know if this happened to anybody else besides me, but it seems like ESPN does not like my teams.
How so?
I mean, okay, so my teams, if no one knows me, is, of course, Michigan, any Michigan teams.
Go Blue.
I like the Texas Rangers, the Mavericks, mostly. Those are my 3 top teams that I follow. I do have some NFL teams, but those, of course, are getting covered everywhere. So Michigan doesn't get any love on ESPN. Basketball, we were in the championships, and they were barely showing us just because, we were in it. We beat Kansas, but they barely showed, the ball going in. Michigan football, they don't show any of Michigan football, which I know we are irrelevant the past, 10 years or what it seems like. But even the Texas Rangers, I mean, they don't show any Texas Ranger highlights. This is baseball season now. They don't show any Texas Ranger highlights. We went to the World Series 2 times in a row, and they still didn't show that. Like, I don't get it. They don't show the Mavericks. We're in the hunt. They show everybody else. They show Phoenix Suns. They show the Lakers. I mean, I know the Lakers are a big market, but still,
You know what? Now that I think about it, I can't remember the last time I saw Mavs clips on SportsCenter.
Right. Or, I mean, you can even say that for Tennessee going into the pretty far in the tournament. They didn't show any of their highlights. They rarely show Grizzlies highlights.
That's true. You know what, Mike? And they never show Titans highlights.
Never show Titans highlights.
You know what, Mike? Now you got me venting.
See?
Because in 2008, I moved to Dallas, Texas. My Tennessee Titans were 10-0, and it would barely get a blip on the underbar.
Right, and it would be really fast, like 20 miles an hour. You'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You got to use your DVR to pause it and rewind it just so you can see the highlight.
Right, so what we need to do is we need to get that thing balanced out.
Oh.
Then you got me fired up.
Oh, another thing I want to add. So, this happened because I pointed it out to you. ESPN has a little toolbar that they show next topics. Every time they show a Dallas Mavericks win, and then all of a sudden, boop, they bump it out. And they won't show it for the rest of the night. Like, it's like they're playing with me. They're playing with me right now.
Good stuff. You know what, man? I actually feel much better after getting that off of me, man.
Until next time we watch SportsCenter.
Until next time we watch SportsCenter. Now, if you want to get something off your chest, you can always, I guess you can call Michigan Mike directly like Dick Vitale did.
Yep, you can tweet me at Michael Hasso, MichaelJasso.
And you can reach your boy PL Culture at PLCOLTER. Ladies and gentlemen, life is a sport, so always play to win.
Go Blue.